Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. This is IrixGuy's live show, episode 113. I see a lot of people starting to tune in here. Welcome aboard. As always, and it's here, the sound of the super chat. So anytime that a super chat comes through, this thing right here will erupt. And if I get through $100 US in super chats, then I will break out the drum. Excuse me, the drum. Jake, celebratory super chat sound of the super chat for Jake. Jake's such a loyal viewer. He's always here. Deeply appreciated. He is the person that introduced the Terry Peppers foghorn video, among many other famous videos. So deeply appreciated. So for episode 113, I'm just trying to clear out my throat. I've been, all this stuff going around, man. I've been trying to avoid it, but you never know if you've run into it or not. So I'm, for that reason, I'm drinking my secret drink. Yep. And let's see, I bet that means Maya, McKenna, Katie, and Jake. That's 4. There you go. I got it, man. I got it. I remember names. Yeah, so with that being said, bunch of really cool stuff. It's going to be an A7 IV, possibly an A7 V, but that's rumored to hit within the next few months. And, strong speculation suggesting that they may bump the video features down, but you're probably still going to get at least 4K 30, and you're probably going to get that, that screen. It'll pop out to the side and face forward like you get on the A7S III. So, super cool stuff there. Yeah, so there's in the camera world, we got a lot of cool stuff that's coming our way. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, goes out saying I've got backpacking adventures coming up in the Appalachian Mountains on the Appalachian Trail. And again, it's not just the Appalachian Trail. A lot of people, they hear Appalachian Trail and they assume that's the only trail that you can hike on in the Appalachian Mountains. And that's Appalachian Trail is just one of many trails throughout the Appalachian Mountains. So I'll be on the Appalachian Trail, but I'll be on a lot of other trails too. So stay tuned for that. Looking forward to getting some videos of some bears. There ought to be a lot of bear activity when I do that, because bears like to gather a lot of nuts and stuff before they hibernate. Philippe, welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard. Thank you for tuning in, man. Excuse me. We got Philippe. We got Jake. We got Maya. We've got McKenna. We've got Katie. We've got a few other people that haven't announced. Jake says, I'm also cuddling with my 2 female Bengal cats. Bengals, very cool. Yeah, Bengals are cool. I missed the Maine Coon, though. I tell you, that was the coolest cat. He was super cool. But he's got a really good home, and apparently he's very happy, so that's what matters. But, yeah, let's see, what... Philippe says, question for you. Do you suggest any controller for photo and video editing? If yes, do you know this product, TureBox? If yes, do you suggest it? I've never used, full disclosure, I've never used anything for video editing except for my touchpad and my keyboard. And I've gotten to where I actually like using a touchpad better than a mouse. So that's all I use. I know there's a lot of for video editing, there's a lot of really fancy keyboards you can get for, for like Final Cut Pro. It's got all the special keys and all that. Again, matter of personal preference. I've never used it, so I can't speak from personal experience. Yeah, I wish I had some firsthand experience to share with you for that, but I don't. I've just never, I've never had the. It's not like a reason I haven't. It's just, I just haven't. I don't know. I guess I've been so happy with the touchpad and keyboard, I've never even thought about it. Could be a better experience, because like I said, I know a lot of people that do use those types of tools. But let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, I got a sore throat. Trying to get rid of my sore throat. But again, that's no excuse to skip a live show. Got to do these live shows, man. I'm just updating some website stuff. Philippe says, "What's your drink tonight?" Actually, it's kind of, I didn't do a good job with this. I made I got ice, and I got rum, and I got 100% pineapple juice, and I got some pina colada mix, but I didn't mix it right, man. I mean, it's okay, but I think last time I mixed it too sweet, and this time I didn't get it sweet enough. There's a fine line there. Jake says, "I've got 4 cats altogether, 2 Bengals, a female Abyssian and a female gray and white tabby. The Abyssian is named Kristen the Gray, and white tabby is Minnie." Minnie, very cool. Jake says, "Oh, I can't seem to find your sub to my channel. I usually get notification." That's weird, man. I subscribed for sure. Let me double check. Jake Evans. No, I subscribed for sure because I saw your train videos. Hold on. Oh, I know what it is. I'm a subscriber, but what I do, and I've always done this, I've got it to where it doesn't show who I'm subscribed to. So like if I subscribe to anybody's channel, it's not going to show I've subscribed because of my privacy settings. I set it up that way. Philippe says, "Your sound quality and video quality are good tonight, no lagging." Dude, I appreciate that. And actually, that's good you said that because I don't have any network congestion, and I'm showing, my live stream 100% health. So that's a good thing. And Jake says, "I've got a nice bottle of Scotch whiskey." Very good. Get you that with some whiskey stones and just a splash of water, man. You're off to the races. I didn't bring any of it tonight, but I've got some Kentucky bourbon. It's called Eagles Rare. It's from Blanton's Distillery, and it's like their poor man's Blanton's, but it's still Blanton's, and it's as good as a lot of people say. It's better than a lot of stuff. It's that's a good thing about whiskey. You can get some, if you get it from a good distillery up in Kentucky, man. You can get some good stuff that won't break the bank. That's tastes just as good as the top dollar stuff like the Pappy Van Winkle. Pappy Van Winkle, that's some expensive stuff, man. I've had some of that. I went on the Bourbon Heritage Tour in Bardstown, Kentucky. That was pretty cool if you like bourbon. But let's see. Man, let's see what we got going on here. I'm just checking all the news feeds, seeing what's coming in here. Okay. Question for you. When can we travel again and where? I'm getting tired of staying home. And Jake says, the scotch I've got tonight is a UK import. Oh, very good. They got some good whiskey across the pond, man. Well, Philippe, that's a good question, man. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I know that IrixGuy's Adventure Channel is under a travel ban, meaning that, if it involves an airplane, a boat, a ferry, a bus, any form of public transportation, that's disallowed. But, when might this travel ban lift? And, it's hard to say. I mean, right now, currently being in the United States, it's it's tough to go anywhere else, because anywhere out of the United States, you'd have to get on an airplane or a boat. So, it's disappointing. I mean, it's one of those things you you try to make the best of what you got on your home turf. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of backpacking in the Appalachian Mountains. A good place to go. I don't have to get on a bus or a plane or a boat. I just get in a vehicle and drive around, and I can socially distance. So, it's one of those deals you kind of gotta pivot and see, well, what else is out there? What else can I do? Given the current pandemic situation, what else can I do? What are some different types of adventures that I can have without having to get on that public transportation? I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I intentionally have turned the news off, because it's nothing good comes from the news. And I mean, honestly, the past few months, I've just assumed everybody's got it. Everybody's got this virus. And then that way, wherever I go, I'm ultra vigilant about, if I touch something, then I sanitize my hands. I don't put my hands on my face. I wear a mask when I'm in public. I avoid crowded places except for essential business tasks that I can't avoid. And, I would love to say, hey, the end's in sight, but, I tell you, the best way to make it seem like it's going to not last as long is just keep the TV off, man. If you keep the TV off and limit your social media exposure to like YouTube and stuff, you're probably not going to be as exposed to as much of the hype as you would if you turned on the news or, turned on like Facebook or something like that. So I don't know, man. I wish it would be over, but it's over in my mind because I just don't watch the news. But, I assume that everybody, I assume that everybody has the virus, and then that way I'm more vigilant about it. Jake says, I have to admit my favorite drink is Russian vodka, brands the authentic stuff. Oh man, Russian vodka. That's some hardcore stuff, man. It is some good stuff. Mega valued customer. I recently exited my position on Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Any thoughts on when to buy back in? Dude, I don't provide investment advice. And I will say, for entertainment purposes only, I'll say, as far as cryptocurrencies are concerned, and again, this comments for entertainment purposes only. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell a security. For entertainment purposes only, man, I don't know, man. I just don't trust. I know a lot of people that do, and I know a lot of people that are all in on a lot of cryptos, but I just don't trust it, man. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll look back in 10 years and say, man, I missed the bus. But I just don't trust it. I just feel there's too much opportunity for the cryptocurrencies to be manipulated, and there's not enough transparency. But your true crypto person will say, well, that's what makes crypto great, is that it's kind of in the background, and it's kind of like a shadow currency or whatever, and people like that. I don't, man. When I invest, and again, this is for entertainment purposes only, when I invest, I want something that's either tangible, tangible, silver and gold, or something that I can perform my due diligence and with a reasonable degree of certainty, I can, in my own mind, evaluate the risk. Okay, is this speculative investment super dangerous, or is it somewhat, is the risk possibly worth the potential reward? I don't like cryptocurrencies, and the only reason I don't is just I don't have, that level of transparency does not exist. And again, it doesn't with a lot of, when you're dealing with gray market stocks and that sort of stuff. When you're at the bottom of the barrel of penny stocks, a lot of those companies don't have to report a lot. You deal with the OTC market pink sheets. A lot of those companies don't have to be transparent much at all. So I don't know. I mean, with that being said, my risk tolerance, again, I'm saying all this for entertainment purposes only. My personal risk tolerance is, yeah, I like to have fun with penny stocks every now and then. Yeah, I expect to lose it all because that's probably what's going to happen when you're messing with penny stocks. But, with that being the case, penny stocks can provide a lot of entertainment. Part of me, if I speculatively throw whatever I feel like I can comfortably lose and not care about, if I throw a couple $100 into a penny stock that I think may do well, again, that couple $100, I completely expect to lose it. But if I throw it in there and I do lose and the stock goes belly up and everything's total fluff, which it probably is going to be, that's what happens most of the time with penny stocks, at least I feel like I got my money's worth. And by saying that, what I mean is that I had fun researching that stock. I had fun communicating with others within the penny stock forums. I had fun better educating myself on how stocks trade. And the next super duper penny stock that comes around, maybe I can spot the warning signs. Or maybe the next one that comes around, maybe the lessons learned from that stock may say, okay, well, actually this other stock could possibly be promising because of X, Y, and Z. And for that reason, I don't like cryptocurrencies. I don't like cryptocurrencies because they don't provide that level of entertainment value for me that a penny stock does. And that's what I love about a penny stock, because if you've never dealt with penny stocks, one of the most exciting elements of penny stocks is just all the fluff. I mean, you get in the forums, it's funny. You've got the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders are the people that are in the forums and they're saying, oh, to the moon, wait till after hours, watch that pop. Oh, look at that volume and power hour. They're coming up with all these terms and trying to put things into the spotlight and paint them to be the most positive indicators possible. And, they're the cheerleaders. They're trying to run a stock up. A lot of times the cheerleaders, they're often what you call front-loaded. Front-loaded meaning that, potentially a group of experienced penny stock investors, that's a funny word, a group of experienced penny stock traders, I should say, they often front-load, so they'll get in, hypothetically, let's say they're bottom fishing, they get a stock that's at a 52-week low, a pink sheet stock. Maybe it's trading in the 000 range, 0003. Maybe it's had a 52-week high of a few cents. So, they might load up in the 000 range and, a stock that has good share structure, something that, if there is a moderate amount of volume, a stock with good share structure can go up in value. It can move more rapidly. A stock that's diluted, even with an abundance of volume, is not going to move much. And, when you're watching your big financial news networks, you're seeing the red and the green, the little ticker at the bottom, it's either up or down, kind of going up and then going back down. What's fascinating about that, so there's two sides of a stock. There's the ask. That's what one would expect to pay if they're trying to acquire the stock, add more shares. And then there's the bid. That's what one might expect to receive if they try to sell their shares. And again, it's all a crapshoot because everybody's competing in line. But it's been the people that are front loaded, the experienced traders that are front loaded, then they become the cheerleaders because they want to create this perceived hype because they know with a little bit of volume, that penny stock they've picked, it's got really good share structure, so it can move with a minimal amount of volume. So, they may be front-loaded in 000 range. They may run this stock up to 00 range or maybe even a penny or more. And if they do that and then they exit, boom, then their little cheerleading pump or whatever, that's why I call them pump and dumps, their little cheerleading session seemed to work. But see, you got to remember, traders aren't only making money when a stock goes up price per share. Traders are also making money when a stock goes down price per share, and that's called short selling. Short selling is super dangerous, by the way. I don't short sell. It's too risky, way, way, way outside of my comfort zone. Because obviously with short selling, the opportunity to lose even more exists. Whereas with just buying traditionally, you put in $200, commission, whatever. Worst case, it goes to zero, no bid, boom. You've lost every bit of it, your commission and your speculative investments. So Jake says, I've been stuck at home the last few weeks due to a respiratory infection that recurred again, and my insulin pump came out and had to be put back. Oh, man, that sucks. He says, yes, I'm diabetic, type 1, the good one, not the type 2, the bad one. Well, at least you're the good one. That's the positive in that situation, man. Just stay away from the coronavirus, though, man. You don't want to get. Nobody wants to get that, but especially if you've got a pre-existing condition, you definitely don't want to get near that. But yeah, mega valued customer, man. I just I wish I could develop a fascination with cryptocurrencies, but I just I've had a lot of people try to talk me into it, and I mean it's just again being a stock trader since the early days, since actually before the internet. I started trading stock, Netscape Communications. I don't know if you remember that, the first web browser company. They were one of my first stocks that I traded. I was just mowing grass. I was a kid, didn't make much money. I just made money pushing a lawnmower, and I'm like, if I can make this measly amount of money mowing grass, what if I save this money? What if I take it to the stock market? And at the time, you didn't have online trading. You had to go to a brick and mortar broker. So I'm going in there. And, of course, I had to have my parents because I was well under 18. But, I'd go with my parents, and I'd give them the money that I made from mowing grass. I'm like, look, I want to buy X number of shares of Netscape Communications. I want to buy X number of shares of America Online. I want to buy X number of shares of EB Games. Just going in there as a kid buying all of this. And I think I know the stockbroker probably got a kick out of it, but, man, I turned that lawn money into something significant. I mean, it was I turned a few $100s as a kid into, I'm not going to say how much, but let's just say I had BMWs and Mercedes at an early age. I mean, those were kind of my things. I wanted something cool. Okay, I was like, well, I'm a kid, I'm mowing grass. Well, if I mow this grass, I invest it, then I get something really cool. A lot of people would mow grass. A lot of kids would go out and mow grass, and they'd go out and buy a bunch of junk. And you can do that. I mean, it's whatever floats your boat. And it's not all about material things. I'm not trying to say that. But if you think about it and you're like, okay, well, Infused Adventures, welcome aboard, man. But yeah, I mean, if it's like, okay, you're making a few bucks mowing grass as a kid, turn that few bucks into several thousands and thousands of dollars with the stock market. And that was just how I was wired. And but again, that's how I developed an early on a fascination, an obsession rather, with the stock market at an early age. And that's a decision that I made that I never will regret. I mean, I had so much fun trading stock. I learned so much, met a lot of fascinating people. I was on CNBC. It was a very, very, very cool experience at an early age. And, back before you had your online brokers. But, now, I mean, trading stocks now, penny stocks are my thing. I mean, I love the excitement. I love the possibility I'm probably going to lose it all the time. But when it goes the other way, man, those things can run hard, potentially several %. And when they do, that's fun. Reverse merger plays, so much fun. So, you never really know, the markets have changed. And, back when it was brick and mortar trading only, when you had to go to a brick and mortar location, you had to talk to the secretary and then sit down with your stockbroker in their office, they had their systems that were wired in, and they had their quotes, their real-time quotes and all that. But, I mean, nowadays you get a trading account. Not only do you have quotes, you got level 2, which is market depth. Not only am I seeing the bid and the ask, I'm seeing each of the individual market makers on the bid and the ask side, and I can see the blocks. How many, on the bid, how many shares are there at price 0004, and on the ask, how many shares are left at 0005, and which direction is it heading? Is the bid getting bigger? If the bid's getting bigger, that's an indication that the stock's about to downtick. Is the bid falling, meaning that the blocks on the bid price there's less and less, and then boom, it upticks on the bid, and the ask follows the bid. So if the bid's 0003, and then let's say that all the 0003s are sold out, the market makers get rid of all of them, then it upticks to 0004 on the bid, and then the ask is probably going to go up to 0005. Now, there's often with penny stocks, there's often what's called a bid-ask spread. So a lot of times with penny stocks, you might see something where there's a big gap between, let's say hypothetically, let's say the ask for a penny stock was 002, but let's say the bid was 001. So, in a fictitious scenario, if somebody bought at the ask of 002, and then they immediately sold, they would be selling at 001, so they would, lose half of it immediately. If there's a bigger ask spread. So a bigger bid-ask spread, rather. So it's a really, stocks are a really fascinating field. I'm not, and again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell security. I'm saying all of this for entertainment purposes only. I don't have a background in finance. I've just always been fascinated with the stock market and with making money, turning pennies into thousands and into hundreds of thousands. I mean, it's exciting, when you can see, how something seemingly insignificant can be what would be the word for it? That fancy word that all the little marketing people use. How something so simple could be a catalyst for something so much more. I mean, I don't know. But, think about it. Mowing grass, not making a lot of money, pushing a mower, turning that into a ton of money. And it's just, it's fun. So, yeah, stock market is a lot of fun. And it's, of the things in this world that are both entertaining and educational, I would put the stock market, towards the top of that totem pole, because you never know what's going to happen. Every day is different. The characters that you'll run into while you're trading stocks, especially the penny stocks, you're going to run into some of the most crazy people you've ever met. And, one of the other things about it, too, is cool. You learn how these stocks are manipulated. And, those lessons learned can be applied to other aspects of life. I mean, you can see how, groups of individuals, groups of traders manipulate stock price. You can see, well, the strategies they use, and, well, if there's other environments where things are, controlled in weird ways, you can kind of spot it. So I don't know. It's a weird fascination. But no, I got on that rant because Mega Value Customer said he recently exited his position on Bitcoin Trust. Like I said, man, I am, and I'm not saying I'm the stock market guru, because I'm definitely not. But what I am saying is I've got a long background with trading stocks, and again, recreationally. I'm not a professional investor, but it's the crypto, man. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm missing the boat. Maybe I can't see the future, but it terrifies me, and I can't enable myself to speculate with crypto. I mean, I'll go out and speculate with the bottom of the barrel, pink sheet, over-the-counter bulletin board stock, but I'm not going to touch crypto. I touched crypto just for fun, and then I sold it a few days later because I'm a trader. I'm not a buy and hold kind of guy. I'm not. Philippe says trading is like gambling. Sometimes you lose and sometimes you win, but more chances of losing than winning. True or not? Very true. Yeah, you're gonna lose, man. You're gonna lose big. And what I always say is, expect to lose it all, because that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, there were times that trading. And it was funny because I always remembered, what I got in with. Always, I've always used, and again, this is all for entertainment purposes only, but what I've always tried to do is do what's called riding freebies. So hypothetically, let's say I put in, again, $200. So speculatively, I throw $200 at something. I completely expect to lose all of that $200. Well, let's say I get lucky. And let's say that speculative stock that I put $200 in, let's say it goes up to, okay, it did quite well. The total value goes up to $1,000. So I'd only initially thrown in $200 speculatively, before commission and all that. Commission usually isn't that much. So what I would do in the riding freebie scenario is I would sell all but $200 worth. And then, wait, did I just say that right? No, I totally messed that up. I would sell $200 worth, which meant that I got my initial speculative investment back, and I would ride the freebies, meaning that, if they crash, okay, that's good because I already, took my $200 back out. But if they do well, boom, those at that point, those are shares that for me at that point in my mind were free. That's one way to look at it. Some other people, there's a lot of people that like to take profits, and, they like to, they like to see the, what's the word for it? They like to see something trending upwards, and they want to get out. They want to get out safely, so they may take a small percentage gain and exit and not look back. There's people that will take that small percentage gain and then watch it the next day and be like, man, I exited too soon. But as a rule of thumb, it's always better to exit with a small profit than to exit with a small loss. Then again, it's often better to exit with a small loss than to exit with a large loss. So I mean, it's gambling, man. Maya just gave me a face full of ponytail. She startled by my cat, and she gets startled, whips her head around, and if you are near, you get a face full of hair. That's funny, man. Yeah, so what else we got? We're talking about crypto, we're talking about drinks, we're talking about cats, we're talking about travel. Of course, travel, man, that irritates me so much, being under this travel ban. But again, it's one of those things, it's part of it. And, I don't disrespect management for, subjecting me to this travel ban. And the good thing is I don't disrespect management because I am management. I run this channel, and I imposed the travel ban for IrixGuy's Adventure Channel. So, I can't be mad at best practice here. I mean, it's the safest option, and hopefully all this stuff will clear up soon, and we'll be able to confidently go places and not have to have a mask and obsessively wash our hands. I will say my skin's not cracked as bad as as I thought it would be, but I'm dreading cold weather, because when you get cold weather and you got heaters going, and then you're putting all that alcohol-based sanitizer on your hands, I bet these hands are going to be so. Man, it's. I'm kind of dreading the cold weather if COVID's still around, because that's that's going to be rough on the hands, man, with all the cleaning sanitizers for your hands. But it is what it is. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, in lieu of being subject to a travel ban, there's a lot of things that one can do. And, one of the things that I've enjoyed, and again, it's just a product of the time, is being able to upgrade my studio. I mean, I've got professional acoustics now. I've got professional lighting now. I've got professional live streaming equipment. I've been able to think outside of the box, and it's I don't know, man. I mean, there's things that can be done to to still educate and entertain, but, be safe and be, remain socially distanced. I tell you what I've enjoyed doing, though, and I don't go out to eat because I don't sit in an enclosed space, but there's certain restaurants, to-go restaurants, that I trust because I feel like they're actually putting a lot of thought into to cleanliness. And like I'll do these coupon things. So I subscribe to all the, and I don't eat a lot of fast food, but I do eat some. I try to be selective about what I eat. But I subscribe to all the loyalty programs through all the apps. And I mean, you'd be amazed at some of the deals you can get carry out. Because everybody's wanting to bring business out, and you can get some really good deals. So I've been eating really cheap. Jake says, when it's cold and dry in the house, I'm prone to nosebleeds, and major ones at that, sometimes lasting an hour or so. Ouch. That's rough, man. Yeah, I got the same thing, man. When it gets cold, my nose dries out and it cracks and bleeds. I don't bleed a lot, but sometimes I do. I was trying to get this. I'll tell you this. It's encouraging, like you were saying earlier. You didn't notice any buffering issues, and that's made me happy because I've had, in the past, as y'all know, I've had a lot of buffering issues during these, during these live shows. So it's good we got this one going and not experiencing any buffering issues. So yeah, one thing I want to do, and I haven't chatted with them recently, but Hybrid Life is starting a live channel. It's gonna be all about penny stocks. So when he does that, we'll be doing some live shows talking about penny stocks. Jake says he's guilty of eating a lot of fast food. Yeah, fast food's dangerous, man. I mean, you can. There's certain things that aren't as bad, but it's. I mean, I don't want to name drop some of the popular chains, but I mean, there's some of them. If you look at the ingredients, I mean, it's just disgusting what's in it. And, I found if I want something that seems unhealthy, but still isn't that unhealthy, I'll do a lot of air frying. I mean, I can air fry stuff and get a good texture, get a good flavor, but not have all the negative aspects associated with the grease from frying stuff the traditional way. But yeah, man, just eat a lot of fresh vegetables and try to minimize the amount of fast food, and if you do eat sugary stuff in the form of fresh fruit. And that's the thing. I'm very careful. I don't eat anything that says added sugar, because added sugar is you're just asking for it, man. It's not a good thing. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just let's see. I've got a Sigma 100 to 400 millimeter zoom. 100 to 400 millimeter zoom lens that's coming, so I'll be getting some bears with that. So I'm excited about that. Getting some bears on video and in photos in the Appalachian Mountains. Yup. Man. Yeah, it's oh, what's this? Oh, okay. There's YouTube, I tell you, YouTube's done a good job with improving their live streaming interface. And it's just a cool tool, man. One of the regrets I have, and this is something you can't change. You can look back. That overused saying they always say is hindsight is 20/20. That saying that everybody says. But, one thing I wish that I could have done is discovered YouTube earlier. Because if I discovered YouTube when it first came out, dude, that with penny stocks, I would have been set. And college was still fun, though. I mean, it was worth the experience. I can't say that. I mean, really, I mean, to be full disclosure, I mean, in college, what I learned is pretty much how to party. So it was an educational experience from that perspective, but I didn't really learn anything, man. I mean, I started out in the school of business and just wasn't that, and then ended up doing public relations. What is public relations? It's basically just how to. I guess it goes along with marketing and that sort of stuff, but it's just, I don't know, just crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Jake says, again, guilty of eating sugary foods, but remember, he's a diabetic, so it's good for me. Otherwise, I'd be at risk of diabetic seizure. Oh, that's crazy. Man. Well, let's see. What else do we have going on here? Apple iPhone ought to be coming out pretty soon. I don't know. Tim Cook needs to step up his game on the newness of the iPhones. It's like there's really, we see these new iPhones come out and it's just nothing, at least my perception, is that it's nothing super exciting. Yeah. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay. Just checking a few things. I always check my news sites because I like to know what's. Oh, not the news. I didn't mean the news, because I don't watch the news. Because that you'll feel a lot better if you just turn the news off. I'm just talking about like technical stuff, like what's coming out and Mac OS 11. Wow, Mac OS 11. That is super cool. Wow, 11. Because you think of Mac OS X is 10, so now we've got Mac OS 11. Very cool. Well, I mean, it's not out yet, but it's about to. Jake said, that's something to take note. If you have me on the live stream, I might have 1 or 2 small seizures, but don't worry, it lasts only a few seconds. Gotcha, man. Yeah, we'll have to do, we will have to do a live stream soon because I've got all the stuff set up, the Zoom for the live guest. Well, let's see. I guess we've got, what do we have here? We're doing another live show, maybe even tomorrow night. I kind of started this one a little bit late, and I got some videos got to edit. I got the Bowflex Select Tech, so they're weights, and I'm going to be doing some reviews of those. And, I mean, not just reviews. I mean, I'm going to be working out with them because I'm getting fat. Because because of the pandemic, I'm not going to the gym. So, got to do that. Going to do some videos for that. And probably, admittedly, I don't watch a lot of TV because I think it's a waste of time. But there is one show I like. Well, there's a few shows I like. I like Billions on Showtime. I've been watching that. It's about the stock market. It's a really, really good show if you're interested in the stock market. Just really good acting, really good actors. Obviously great storyline. It's just a solid show, man. Super solid show. So, let's see. What else we got? Yeah, just waiting on that Sony A7 IV or A7 V, whatever they're going to call it. Huh. Looks like they're coming out. Oh, no, they got. No, it's not. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully Sony will go flip to the side LCD with all the upcoming Sony Alpha models. That'd be great. But, well, guys, I'm going to do another live show here. Let's see, very, very soon. I just wanted to hop on for a little bit. I've got some seriously, I've got some super exciting stuff coming. So stay tuned for that, because I've got some super cool stuff coming. Right now I'm just kind of in a weird state because, we've got, inevitably Mavic 3 is probably going to be January or first quarter of 2021. But hopefully we'll get that DJI action camera in Q4 of 2020. But, it's hard to say, what's going to happen with that. There we go. Boom. Okay, well, we will get back soon. I appreciate everyone joining, and, as always, thanks for your viewership. If you have not subscribed, be sure to do so and ring that bell icon when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Also, support me on Patreon if you choose to do so. Again, not required, but I am an independent YouTube channel, so it's your support that enables me to continue to grow. If you're shopping for cameras, drones, anything, man, just go to IrixGuy.com, and you can find everything there. And if you can't find it, shoot me a message, facebook.com/IrixGuy, and I'll be more than thrilled to try to find a product link for you. Jake says, on the next live stream, I might be seeing if you and the viewers recognize some vehicle models I've seen in the past, sharing some Guinness World Records from my GWR books, and very cool. Yeah, man. Well, we'll get up, hopefully, maybe within the next few days for a live show. I think it'd be really cool, man. And I use Skype, so if you've got Skype on your phone or your computer, that would be the tool to log in with. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Y'all have a good evening. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.